Salutations, dear viewers. You're on with NeXeN of the Vast Nexus, and welcome to Let's Play Super Metroid. Yeah, I knew where I was going. We'll need that when we try to seek out Ridley's lair. But that's a ways off. We still have the crashed ship. We still have the Maridia. Oh, Maridia. That is my, Hylian water temple, okay? I mean, it's not nearly as bad as the Hylian water temple. The developer actually had to apologize for that because it was so... But... Maridia was just complicated and stuff was hard to find, and it's... You'll see when we get there. I mean, I complained about it during my first run-through because of how, Oh, welcome to Next Make Sounds. No. Serious? Bon, serioso. That one's about to unfreeze. Okay, so here we go. Now we can actually get this power up. I'm not even bothering picking that up. So this power-up, if I'm not mistaken, is the X-ray visor. Sadly, it would give Metroid Prime one of its most enduringly hateable aspects. The scan visor. Scan everything! Oh, God. You're right, it's not a first-person shooter, it's a first-person scanner. Oh, we'll get to that rant when I play Prime, don't worry. So we got more of these auto pillars. Take us where we need to go. And there's the X-ray scope. And now we can see through the stuff. Hang on. Like how that's how we're gonna get out of here. And there we go. Not too shabby. Which is more than I can say for my time. I'm at an hour and 17 minutes. I haven't even fought the second main boss. I mean, granted the ghost chip is fairly short, but... Then comes Maridia, which whatever time you save in the ghost chip, you're gonna lose in Maridia. I guarantee it. And that's not even to mention Norfair, or rather Ridley's lair in the Norfair depths. So yes, this path we're taking might seem familiar. This is how we got back up in the first place. You might remember a T-shaped passageway with two doors out. We took the one on the left, ended up back at the ship. Now we go through the one at the right, and it'll take us to where we need to go. That backdrop glowing. I have to say, parallax scrolling has become passé these days. I mean, there's so much After Effects and active effects used on, video games and everything. But parallax scrolling was just a great way of conveying motion in a very simple way. Stuff that's farther away isn't moving past as far because of visual parallax, which is a principle of optics and physics that I could explain, but you guys are probably bored enough about me waxing lyrical on Metroid. I mean, I got a critique for not playing newer games. And it's like, okay, first of all, I literally played Resident Evil 3, what, 2 weeks, maybe a month after release? Probably a month. I mean, how new do we have to get here? I couldn't get it on the day of. I'm not made of money. Few of us are. Least of all in this time. Okay, I almost botched that jump pretty hard. Alright, and we're on the ghost ship. Or the crashed ship. Details, who cares? So right now the ship has no power. Most of the doors don't work. The save stations won't function at all, because there's no power. But these spike traps won't work either. I guess long, pointy pieces of metal aren't as dangerous when they're not thrusting at you. So, grab that missile. I mean, there's literally ghosts that pop in and out of existence and try to damage you, so it's a ghost ship. I wonder. Yeah, but if I remember correctly, the stuff over there we can't get just yet. Ah! Yeah, you're trying to damage me. And here's where the X-ray scope comes in handy for finding all the little secrets. Which, in this instance, there happen to be none. Yeah, don't bother trying to kill the ghosts. Doesn't matter how many you kill, they'll just pop back up again. So we're actually going into our second major boss fight. Because you actually handle the ghost ship area after the boss fight instead of before. Because you can't even access it before the boss fight. So, allow me to introduce the extra-dimensional alien entity that is Phantoon. I don't know what they were thinking when they came up with that name. All I know is he looks like a squid without the tentacles. Now, if you use the scan visor right now, when he's invisible like that, you can actually still see him. Although, you still can't hit him. That's the problem. So this boss fight is a bit of a time vampire, and not because he's spongy for damage, it's just that the instances in which he's actually vulnerable to taking a hit are few and far between. Come on, Phantoon. Give up the ghost. I have a Let's Play to finish. I have content to upload. We're not even halfway there yet. Fear my combination of charge, ice, wave, and spacer beams. Ow. Well, he's getting awfully pink. You might wonder why I'm not using my super missiles. It's because it triggers an attack phase of his that, while it is avoidable, is difficult to do so, and I find it super annoying. So we're rocking beams. All beams all the time. Okay, how did that one even touch me? Ow. This next one will be a super missile. I just want to seal the deal and finish him off in one good blast. Open the eye. On the eye, Phantoon. Arrgh. Give me a target. Give me a target. There we go. Sealed the deal. Lost most of my health, but we'll be getting an energy tank soon anyway, so that doesn't matter. And once Phantoon stops sucking the life out of the ship, in this case, pretty much literally, everything comes back online. Now, I may have dropped a reference at the end of Zero Mission about, I wonder if that exploding alien mothership is going to be important later. Well, when they made that for the remake, this was the ship they were referencing. We are on some part of Ridley's mothership. We even have these little... I think those are tritium? Well, wait a minute. Oh, three protons and one neutron. If it had no... Oh, great. Now I'm actually, like, getting into atomic physics during a Let's Play. You heard it here first, folks. Helium... Well, no, it can't be helium-3. Is that even an atom that can exist? 3 protons and a neutron? I'm starting to feel like it isn't. Yeah, because... Okay. Okay. Hydrogen comes in light hydrogen, which is 1 proton, no neutron. Heavy hydrogen, which is a proton and a neutron. And tritium, which is 2 protons and... Oh no, it's 1 proton, 2 neutrons, because it's hydrogen. Oh my god. If it sounds confusing to you, imagine being in my head. Okay, so you guys pretty much demand a charge shot to go down. Get out of my face, gonk droid. And a super missile tank. Starting to stack those. They're going to come in handy during the Ridley boss fight, let me tell you. Now, the critical item that we're here to retrieve on this ship is the gravity suit. Navigating Maridia is almost impossible without eliminating Samus's water resistance. Which, I don't understand how a gravity suit does that, but whatever. Maybe it alters local gravity, so that the local water is in 0G and doesn't exert as much pressure. Man, I am really grasping for technobabble explanations now. Okay. Okay, so... Yeah, Maridia might be difficult to navigate, but I just find the ghost ship to be tedious. Especially a room coming up where you have to clear the enemies as you go through it on both ways. Don't know why I'm bombing, I could just scan the room. Word of warning. Using the scan visor, or the X-ray scope, as they call it in this game, it takes the same button function as your run. So you can't do both. Besides, inventory navigation in this game is a little knackered to begin with. I mean, you have to scroll through 5 things. Granted, the ones you're most likely to use are prominently placed at the front. And there is a button for just canceling out your inventory and going back to your beam, so you can always just cycle back into your missile or whatever with only 2 button presses, rather than having to cycle through the whole thing. But if that sounds like a long-winded explanation about what you have to do, it's only because it is, because the system is knackered. I literally just told you that. Oh god, gonk droids. I'm making a Star Wars reference. Although Metroid was far more principally inspired by Alien and Aliens. Oh my god, yeah, step off. There we go. All that for a missile tank. If you want 100% completion, you're gonna have to work for it. This is a sweaty game. Oh. Modern game developers take note. The trends that you think are what sell your titles don't. You know, there's a reason that old games are legendary, and it's not some stupid nostalgia thing. It's because... I don't know. I could go on to some long rant about how bro gamers ruined gaming. Gaming was better when it was a niche thing before companies realized they could make big money selling to everyone and had to make games that appealed to everyone and no one. I mean, this game doesn't hold your hand. And that's a good thing. Okay, now if I remember... there's an easy way to do this. Alright, I'm gonna... No. Okay, good. Now we've covered that. Alright, I have to be right here. Got it. Do I have enough energy to pull that off? It'd be better if I actually tried. Probably. There we go. Normally you'd have to ride 3 of those little flying platform guys to get up there, or you can do it the easy way, which is what we just did. And there's another power-up that isn't even indicated. Have fun. Super missile, bomb, and get another missile tank. What is the logic behind this mess of a location? That's what I'd like to know. Yeah, do not go down there. Go back out the way you came in. Just a little bit of friendly advice, because we're not done with the power-up collection. We have more to go. This is actually the passageway, I believe, that will ultimately take you to the gravity suit. I need energy for shine sparking. The fact that they got rid of the fact that it takes energy to shine spark. Not when you're running, but if you do any of the, like, dash things, yeah, that's gonna drain your power. Ooh. Yeah. Nope, that's bad. That's getting worse. Now, this is a little weird. Prepare yourself. Now, that might seem familiar if you watched my Let's Play of Zero Mission. You've played it yourself. This was the first time that this weirdness happened. Again, remake. I don't know why I have to keep reiterating. I don't know why I feel myself compelled to reiterate. Probably because half the people I know have the memory of a goldfish. But yeah, why does it do this? What reason is there for it to do that? I don't know. The Chozo were weird. What do you expect for a bunch of bird people? I guess everybody's heard about the bird. Nobody who watches my videos is going to get that reference. And I don't care, I'm still making it because I find it amusing as a reference to make. Everybody's got to be getting all up in my grill over that. Alright, and... zip! Ooh, just made it. Thank goodness. Now I just have to not botch this jump. Huh! Reserve tank. And that's all that's over here. They basically tease that if you come into this map from another location, the location you're more likely to go. But we know where the stuff is, so we came through it the right way. And the gravity suit. This is another reason why I opted to go for AM2R's ending art over something from Samus Returns. Most of Samus Returns' promotional art has Samus in her more classical orange look, which I can't understand, because ever since Super Metroid, when this franchise went into color, her final suit's been purple. Except for Fusion, but honestly, that didn't make a whole lot of sense why they decided to make her orange again. It's just weird. Why is the orange the iconic look? I mean, in the original Metroid, she didn't even turn orange. She turned pink. Which, in certain light, this purple looks kind of pink. So, it's always been her ultimate form. Okay, so if I run right here... There we go, right out of there. There should be an energy tank somewhere I can pick up that'll get me some much-needed health recovery, because, oh boy, do I look like I'm ready to collapse. I probably have like 2 full reserve tanks, maybe. But, yeah... It's not doing good. I'm like paranoid I'm gonna miss something second time around. I already missed a chance to get a power-up because I botched the delivery. Ooh. That's literally something right out of frickin' Castlevania. Oh, great. Now the incessant health low alarm bell is going to toll. How lovely. They do give you the option of turning that off, but if I'm going to suffer, you're going to suffer. Oh my god. Can I get... I just want to get up there. My goodness. Give me an E-tank, please. Well, that doesn't look like death at all. Hup. Hup. Ah. I knew there was one around here. And a full recharge, and we're onto our second E-tank bar. Now Samus is feeling tanky. Didn't help us much with Phantoon. I suppose I could have been more evasive, but it's just like, ugh. I just lose patience with that boss fight. And another reason why Metroid Other M is terrible, your final boss fight is Phantoon! Whose bright idea was that? I mean, yeah, they added all these flashy effects and whatnot, but it's still tentacleless Squid Man. Why? Why? Why does Samus sound like a robot? I mean, I know why, but why? Do not have a Japanese man do English language localization. They do not understand how we emote. And that's not just me speaking, that is an actual cultural thing that is lost in translation. Samus was supposed to be cool and unflappable, but for Western audiences, she just sounds like a Terminator. I remember that from my last run through here. Despite all this weird, noodly networking, there is not actually a power-up hidden in here, funnily enough. Ah, and we're going into Maridia. Oh, I'm already feeling it. Like, oh, the muscles in my back are tensing up. Maridia is here. We're at Maridia. No, no, no. Why did it have to be Maridia? Why? Why? Ow. That's like a save room, right? Let's take advantage of that while we're here. Why not? Ow. Some of that brooding atmospheric music. A little too pingy, though. Oh my god. I hate shoot leeches. I hate them. They're giving me indigestion. Oh, that's me just synchronizing two utterly unrelated things. Okay, if I remember correctly, which apparently I'm not. Oh, don't be surprised if I have a coughing fit. Oh, my throat is just... all this talking is just murdering my throat. No, we're not gonna do that. Oh, wow. Really? Shoot it down. That's a weird transition. Just gives you an idea of how huge Maridia is. We get pooped out down here. Okay. Where was the weak point here? There it is. Now, if I remember correctly, we're in the middle of one of the worst places in Maridia to be. This nonsense that is almost impossible to get out of until you get the space jump. And it's full of little dragons, who will also pop up in Metroid Fusion. I actually liked Metroid Fusion's art style, maybe more than I liked Metroid Zero Mission, as heretical as that sounds even to me. I don't know, Zero Mission, a lot of people point out, was not optimized for, like, the Game Boy Advance's hardware. It just... visually, it could have been better. In terms of the audio, it could have been even better still. And it just wasn't underutilized. Well, they had an engine, and they wanted to take advantage of it. I'm not going to begrudge them that. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you'll come back for the rest, and as always, fare thee well.